Well, in about an hour from now, we will have India taking on New Zealand in Mumbai here at the Wankhede Stadium in what is a semi-final, the second semi-final that we were facing New Zealand in the last World Cup as well. There was that heartbreak of a semi-final. Can we go ahead and win that or not is the question that 1.4 billion people are asking. There is a lot of nervousness, but as we see the team leaving for, the stadium, players look calm, collected, and that's how they should be. That's how they have been as well. We have with us experts. We have Hemant Kenkre, who's joined us. He is, a former Mumbai player. Also, he is a senior columnist. Along with that, we have our very own KSR Rao joining in too. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining in. There is understandable nervous among all of us spectators here. The players are pretty comfortable, calm, collected. What do you think is likely to happen? Will there be a heartbreak, or this time around, with the form that India is in right now, we need not worry as much? Mr. Kenkre, you go first.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, one has to be calm and collected and relaxed. I mean, if everybody knows cricketing history, World Cup history, the Sri Lankan team that beat Australia in Lahore in 1996 were actually buying carpets on the morning of the game. So, I mean, that's how calm they were. So, I think at the end of the day, I mean, whatever stress you take on yourself is what is going to hurt you. So, it's extremely good for India to be calm and forget about all these law of averages and Mr. Murphy and all these things about, New Zealand is our bugbear and, they've beaten us a couple of times in the Test championship and also in the former edition. So I think this all should be all these so-called noise, what the Indian cricketers call these days, should be sort of on mute and just go play the game, enjoy yourselves. And as Sir Viv Richards rightly said, that play aggressively just like the way you've been doing so far in the tournament.
Okay. Mr. Rao, what do you think would be a good score if in case India starts batting first? A comfortable score where we don't have to fret that much when we go second in terms of bowling.
All right, see, there's nothing called a comfortable score anymore in a 50-over World Cup, especially when you are talking about a side like New Zealand. Given the kind of openers they have right now and the form that they are, look at Devin Conway and Rachin Ravindra. I mean, they've been one of the most successful pairs. So, I will go by what is more a psychological edge here. So, if you're batting first, then you are going to look past.
Okay.
I think we've had an audio glitch
here. It plays on your mind.
Go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, if you have to chase 300 plus, it plays on your mind. So look at it from the opposition standpoint also. You put 300 on board, it becomes a psychological edge. So I'm going to look at it that way. By the way, let me tell you, whether you bat first, win the toss, okay, you win the toss, you can do what you have decided to. So that's a situational advantage that you get. But that said, on a track like Wankhede, the kind of bounce that this wicket has, it has something for everyone. This track has something for everybody. So it really won't matter whether you're batting first or batting second. You still have to go and do the right things. And that's why I say on a track like this, the challenge is to be situationally aware of where the game is leading you in every session, in every 5 overs. And I think that's where it's going to be decided. So, each over as it comes.
Okay. Hemant, from the time we first played New Zealand to now, the Indian team has played across all formats in the sense that they've chased and won. We've won through spin, we've won through the middle order, we've won through the top order. Indian team has been tested through and through across all situations. The New Zealand team, the thing that has changed from then and now is the entry of Kane Williamson. Between the two, both extremely balanced sides, what do you think is likely to be, the X factor? Do you think is it going to be Kane Williamson's presence, or do you think Surya Kumar Yadav, he hasn't played, his knock in the series so far. Wankhede is his favourite hunting ground. Hope that we don't come down to Surya Kumar Yadav so far. But if we do you think that could be the X factor?
Now, I think this particular edition of this tournament, I mean, we've seen that every cricketer has put his hand up and contributed one way or the other, whether the spinners, and obviously fantastic show by the pacers, and the kind of intensity that India has shown. I think that has been the key in this tournament. When we saw them play Pakistan, we saw them play key games like Australia, New Zealand, etc. in the past, even South Africa, the kind of intensity that was shown by the team, particularly by the bowlers, not allowing the batsmen too much room to play their shots and, restricting them in case they're, batting first. So the intensity is going to be the X factor, which is what they need to continue doing. That is very critical. Individually, yes, everybody has to contribute. There is not going to be just a Surya show or a Rohit show or a Kohli show, or for that matter, Jasprit Bumrah or a Shami or a Siraj show. It's going to be all 11, putting their hands together, and, sort of contributing to the cause of what is needed by India, which is a victory.
Okay. How important, Mr. Kenkre, do you think is the toss? Because, Shriniwas said that he said that it's the psychological edge that matters. But according to you, what do you think? How important is that toss?
Very, very important, because, Wankhede historically has been a win toss back first kind of a wicket. But having said that, don't forget that India have been very good chasers. I mean, Virat Kohli, for example, is a brilliant finisher. And we've seen that in a couple of games in this tournament. Unlike a team like, say, South Africa, which is not very comfortable, batting second. New Zealand also, I would say, with the kind of experience that Kane Williamson gets to the table. And it's virtually like a replay of the 2009 or 8, under-19 World Cup that happened in Malaysia, which I was privy to watch the final. And you had Saudi there, you had Kohli there, you had Ravindra Jadeja, and you had Kane Williamson. So it's going to be almost like a reunion of the old young Turks, if I may put it that way. So I think keeping your nerve is very critical. Batting, playing together is extremely critical, and not like looking for any kind of individual heroics. No one-legged show like what we saw Glenn Maxwell do. Bang his silver hammer, as the song goes, with the Afghanistanis. So it's going to be a team effort, trust me.
All right, Hemant, KSR, thank you so much for joining in, and we just hope that Team India wins. We connect with you on Friday as well, where we talk about taking on, hopefully, either Australia or South Africa. My sense is it would be Australia, and Australia would be a team raring to go given the momentum that they have behind them. So India versus Australia finals is something that everyone's hoping for.
Yes, and I'm sure you're going to be wearing the same combination that day as well.
Yes, I couldn't wear the jersey on air today, so I wore my jacket, which is of the Indian jersey colour.
Yes, absolutely, and we can't miss that orange tie, and I think you're going to go and watch the match live.
I am just rushing from here to the stadium. See you guys there.
Yes.
With that, what we'll do is, we'll only be able to rush to the stadium if we wrap up on this edition of Halftime Report first. And on the other side, you have business lunch. Actually, we'll take a short break, come back, and focus on all things markets.
Yes, absolutely. Back to the markets in just a bit.